Hi guys, this is Simmer Down Girl and we will be creating today a thumbnail. This is how I create my thumbnails. It's not right or wrong, it's just how I do it. And I was asked to share how I do it with you guys, so this is how I do it. First I go into The Sims. For this one I'm doing it in game, otherwise I will do it in CAS. Actually, this one is in CAS and in game. So I did some CAS photos off screen, so I apologize for that. But I also did some on screen, in game photos for you guys to see in just a second. So I'm just prepping for them to take the photos. So once I've got them in a pose that I like, I will go and take um, a wall. I will put a wall up behind them, and then I will use the green wallpaper, but because he has green in his shirt, I didn't use it this time, but usually I use the green wallpaper. And as you'll see, I'm doing it here. I'm voicing over, so it might be a little bit off, but you will get the picture of what I'm doing. I usually use that green in the top row though, but because of his shirt color, I didn't. So I'm going with this purple color, and they're posing. So I took a couple screenshots here, and I just take a couple screenshots of them doing miscellaneous poses. So I'm just taking a couple of different poses here to get a snapshot that I actually want to use for the thumbnail. So I'm just going to let them continue to take a couple poses here. And I'm going to leave a link for this pose package that I downloaded for you guys, so that if you want any of these poses, you can have them too. So I'm just taking multiple photos of different poses, and that way I will have a selection to choose from. Now that I have photos that I like, I went into Photoshop and I'm going to open them. So I'm finding them in the folder really quickly, and I'm going to get a photo that I choose to want to use. So I'm just gonna go through the photos that I just took and find one that I like, and then we will use that photo. So this is the photo I went with. Next I'm going to just be taking the eraser tool and deleting any of the purple, green, and all of the colors from the surrounding areas that are not part of the sim. So this is kind of a process, so I'm actually going to skip ahead. But you just take the eraser tool and go in and erase all of anything that's not part of the sim you would delete. So there was like a purple cast around the sim because I was actually clicked on him when I took the photo. I didn't realize that I was clicking on him at the point, so or that the mouse was on him, so he's highlighted. So I had to go in and delete all that, and it's just going to take a minute. So we're just going to skip ahead. I just wanted to show you really quick what I was talking about. The purple shadow that was like around him, you see it. I just took the eraser tool and erased it. So that's how you get rid of that. Okay, once I deleted all of the background and everything and have it the way I want it, I'm going into File, Open, or File New rather, and I'm going to open the thumbnail setting that I have. Like I have the dimensions for a thumbnail, and I'm opening that up, and I'm just going to slide them over onto the thumbnail, and that's basically it. I usually don't save, but because that one was kind of intense. I had to do a lot of erasing and everything because of the background being still in it, like with the green and the purple and everything. I had to do a lot of editing to get rid of it, so I ended up saving that. So now I'm just gonna use Control T to resize it, and then I hold down Shift so that it keeps its aspect ratio or whatever. So I'm just moving it around and getting it to where I think I want it. At first I did want it over here, as you can see, but I ended up changing that. So I'm just moving it around and whatever, getting it exactly where I want it. Now that I've gotten it where I want it, I'm going to go into File and Open, and I'm going to open. Actually, I realized that I had to press Enter because I didn't press Enter yet to make the picture stay. So I go and get another photo because I actually want to have a cast taken photo and the in-game photo on there. I was doing like a collage kind of deal, like I wanted to show them, showcase them, and then I also wanted to show their friendship on the thumbnail. So I was using, them and also their profile pictures, or yeah, I would call it a profile. Well, no, it's not from the side. So no, their I don't know what it's called. Class photo, I don't know. Like a photo of them. So I'm going to go in and find a quick little photo that I took in CAS. There's so many tutorials on how to take CAS photos and pose using poses and everything. You guys can just YouTube that. And so I'm going to go in and take the eraser tool and simply erase the white background. It's so simple. It's one step and done with this with the white background. So if you guys don't have that, you should get that because the white background's really easy to get rid of the background with that. So I'm taking this photo and I'm going to drag it over into the other thumbnail, and then I'm just going to delete it or get rid of it. Didn't need to save it because, like I said, it was so simple. But for Kalia, her picture is not as easy because she happened to have on a white shirt. So what I had to do for that one, I had to go around her shirt and I had to draw a blue line. I used blue because the overcast of this, if you look at the bottom of her sleeve, the white overcasts a baby blue shade. So I just always used blue. So I just took a blue color from her shorts and drew the lines of where I thought her shirt ended. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just taking the dropper tool right here and getting that color, and now I'm going to zoom in so that I can see where I need to draw the lines. And I feel like I need to share this because in case you guys didn't know and you guys were deleting part of your sim not knowing how to fix that or remedy that, you just take it and draw in a line. So that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm only going to show you one sleeve. So I just drew in where I thought the sleeve was, and then that's basically it. Now that I have Kalia's shirt the way I wanted it and the background removed, I'm going to transfer her over to the photo, and now I have pretty much all the aspects of the photo that I'm going to open from. No, I've actually opened something later, but so now I'm just going to adjust them to where I would like them to be. At first I had them, I resized him and resized her, and so I'm just like moving them around, and I just continually move them around for a while until I come up with exactly where I want them. So once I've gotten them into a place that I liked, I went to layer, and then I went to new layer and gradient to add the background in. So I'm picking a gradient background. You can find these on deviantart.com. They have where you can download them. So that's what I did. I just went and I'm just picking through backgrounds, and I pick one that I eventually end up liking, that I think will go good with the colors of the photo, or that are a different and will actually stand out from the photo. I usually like to use opposite colors, or just like a themed kind of color, and I end up going with one of these coming up. I don't know. I just go with the one that I end up liking. I think I go with this one. Yeah, that's the one that I end up with. So once I found this one that I liked, I went and needed to position it right in the layer format. So their layers go on top of each other, so I needed to put it in the right order. It needs to be second to last in order to be where it needs to be. Okay, so I end up positioning them over all on the left side or right side, left side. And so I just positioned them all on the left, all the photos on the left, and now I'm going into layer style and clicking stroke. I usually use a 2-stroke, and so once I hit the stroke, I saw all the parts of the background that didn't get deleted before. So I'm going back with the eraser tool, and I'm going to erase all the extra parts that are in there that shouldn't be. So once I got rid of all of the extra little pieces, I did realize that you could actually eraser tool, magic eraser tool rather, to get rid of those spots. So I thought that was pretty cool and wanted to share that. Once I got rid of all those little bits, I went back into layer style, then I go to outer glow, and for outer glow I always set it to 100% opacity and size 15 for my outer glow on my Sims. It's like my go-to setting. I always put it on 15 for them, and then I will go to copy layer style and I will just paste it on the other Sims. So that's what I'm doing. I'm pasting the layer style on the other layers so that they all have the same layer style. Now I'm going into file and picking a text file, picking a font rather for the text that I will be writing on the photo. I ended up going with this one. I can't really see what it is, but you probably can see what it is. And that's just the one that I picked. I really like the way Besties was wrote, so I picked this one. So now I'm just going into file and opening my PNG file of the Sims 4 logo, because I really wanted to put the logo in this thumbnail. So what I did was I just opened it and drag and dropped like I did before. I of course needed to resize it, so I'm gonna hit the Control T and hold down Shift and just resize it and position it where I thought I would like it. hit enter so that it would stick. Then I go down, click besties, get that one from behind it, and position that one where I thought I would like it. I do click on it again and resize it, make it a little bit bigger. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just clicking it and resizing it. I was gonna go with 60, but I realized that was too huge. So I went and took it down to 48. Now I'm just gonna reposition it again to where I liked it and wanted it to be. So I just positioned the text to, and everything, like it's kind of just preference, like wherever you would prefer it. And I usually use this I'm writing the word part and one, and I wanted to use a different text because I always use a different text. And I really like this Janta Manti. I'm not sure if that's the pronunciation of it, but I really like to use it for my part one. It's kind of bubbly and looks cute. So what I'm doing is just changing it to that font because I never use the same font for words. I like to use different fonts for each word. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just picking one. I end up using, like I said, the one that I usually use, and that is what I'm doing right now. Now that I found the font that I wanted, I'm just going to click on it and be resizing it because it was way too big for Besties. Needs to be a lot bigger than the number part or whatever it is. So I wanted to make it a little bit smaller. Now I'm going to go into layer and layer style. So I'm going to go into layer and style, layer and then layer style rather. And I'm going to do a color, I keep saying color overlay. I chose the green color from the number 4 in Sims 4 just so that it would look cohesive. And yeah, so that's what I chose or that's what I end up choosing rather, is just because I was gonna pick one from his shirt and I wasn't liking any of the colors that were in his shirt, and then I was just gonna go with just a green. But then I realized that there was already a green in the photo, and like I said, I wanted to make it look cohesive, so I went back and added it from the number 4, which I think it ended up looking very cute in the end. Yeah, so that's what I did. So once I got the color where I wanted it to be, I knew that I needed to add a stroke to it. So I just go right on over to stroke, and then yeah, I'm gonna realize that I wasn't under stroke. And then now that I'm under stroke, I'm going to pick a color. So I believe I picked the red color from, or I was going to pick the blue color, but I realized that the blue really didn't pop, so I ended up using the burgundy color from the word besties. And then I move along to size. I'm not really sure which size I picked, but I know I always, it varies. Sometimes I pick 8, sometimes I pick 6, sometimes I pick a 4. It just depends on the size of the font and whatever. So I will rasterize the layer once I have the stroke set to where I want it to be. I will rasterize the layer, and then I will go back into layer style as I'm doing now, and under stroke I will give it like a 2, and then I will give it an outer glow like the other layers, except for with the writing one I use a outer glow of 25. So that's my go-to. So that's what I'm going to do here. And so now that I have part 1 figured out, I'm going to go and mess with the word besties. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I go into besties and I go to layer style. Yeah, whenever I get there, like I'm confused on why it's taking me so long to get there right now. So I will. Oh, I couldn't find it. So now that I've found it, I go under besties and then I go back up to layer style and I will give it a stroke, and I'm not really sure what number I picked again with the number pick, but I know I'm going to give this a, I believe I give it green first. No, I actually gave it the blue. So I take the blue and I went and stroked it with the blue and then clicked OK, and then whatever size I used, I can't remember. And then I go and I rasterize the layer, which allows me to go and add another stroke. So that's what I'm doing right here. And then I went with the green color for the second stroke, and I can't remember again what number I used, but I know it was a lower number, like 2 or something. And then so then I go and I will pick a good size again for that, click OK, and then I will go and rasterize the layer once more. Then I go back into layer style, stroke it out one more time, and this time I will go with the white, and I'm sure that I used it too. And then I will scroll down to outer glow, and I will put the outer glow on it, and that will be 100% and size 25. And then I took it and copied the layer style from Besties and used it to paste it on the Sims 4 logo, and that way that will be cohesive with the rest and be just as bright and nice. So I really, oh, now I'm positioning because I didn't feel like they were spaced out right. So I'm just going to position all of the words to be where I wanted them to be. And now that I have everything exactly where I wanted it, I felt like it was missing something, so I went and added a new layer. So that's what I'm doing, adding a new layer. And then I go into my brush and find my favorite brush. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just finding and looking for my favorite brush that you will see and momentarily. And I did pick this up online. I just put in like sunburst brush or something like that, and then I just added that because I felt like it needed a little oomph. And now I'm just moving it down to being the third from last layer so that it's under everything. Then I go up to File. I'm going to go up to File and I will save it as. So that's what I'm doing now. Save as, and then I just put in Besties logo, Besties LP logo, and then I just save it in my pictures. So once I have it saved, I just go back and I click I'm going to click on layer once again. I go down to the bottom to flatten the image, then I go over to the actions and I use this Danny TS4 Part 2 Warm and Colorful action. So I just click on that and click on the play button, and it will do this beautiful action to the photo, and I do that on every single one of my photos pretty much, and I just love it so much. And once I have everything exactly how I want it, I go to export and save for web, and then I just make sure that I have it clicked on transparency and whatever that says, I can't see right now, and then so you can see my settings, they're right here. So if you need to pause the video and write them down or something, go ahead, and then I just save it, and that's how I do my thumbnails. So I just wanted to share with you guys my playlist that I have on YouTube. It is a playlist that helped me create my channel. It is videos that I watch to that help me create my channel. So I've got all the videos that I found super duper helpful to teach me what some of the things that I've learned in the process of starting a channel. I did forget to post a very helpful video on here that I actually go and get while or add to the playlist in a couple seconds. I'm gonna go to Simi Lexis's page and get her thumbnail tutorial, which she taught me how to use the what is it called? Brush replacement or color replacement brush, and that saved me loads of time and effort cutting chunks out of my Sim's hair and things. So make sure you guys check that one out also. It will be on the playlist. So yeah, just go check out that playlist. This video will also be on there, and I just really hope that I helped someone who was needing information or wanting to create a channel and didn't know how to make a thumbnail or needed tips on making a thumbnail. So I want to thank you so much for watching and subscribing if you have. Yeah, it took me a while to get this done, but I finally did, and I'm so happy with it. So thank you. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next part of whatever I make. Goodbye.